dear friends, finally the government of India has submitted its affidavit in the Supreme Court in the constitutional bench of the Chief Justice of India headed by, and submitted that the Supreme Court of India April 8th judgment inroads into the powers of the Parliament and also bypassing articles 200 and 201 in fixing timeline as it is not in the Constitution of India. The finality is that the government of India is challenging the very orders of the two-member bench in regarding the powers of governors and the president, and all the questions out of 14, 11 questions have already been addressed and redressed in the judgment itself, but the timeline fixed by the Supreme Court is under purview. But the government of India, instead of adhering to the review powers of the Supreme Court, has challenged it in a way that is the powers of governors and the president should not be interfered by the Supreme Court, and it would lead to constitutional amendment. For this, the debate that has been taken in the Constituent Assembly of India, I quote, C. Kaur said that a governor can do a great deal of good if he is a good governor, and he can do a great deal of mischief if he is a bad governor, in spite of very little favor given to him under the Constitution. This was the opinion of a member of the Constituent Assembly. Another member, K. Sen, said that the question of whether by interfering the governor would be upholding or subverting it, it would really a surrender of democracy. We have decided that the governor should be constitutional, yet he would be the person really to lubricate the machinery and to see it to that all the wheels are going well by reason not of his interference but by his friendly interference. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar has addressed this question. Why we have not opted for the elected position is that the head of the councils of ministers, either in the legislative assembly or in the parliament, the governors and the president ought to be governed only by the aid and advice of the council of ministers in legislative assemblies if it is a governor, in the parliament if it is the president. The president is the mere head of the state, and no powers has been vested with either the president or the governor of the state. Dr. Ambedkar has opined that that is according to the principles of new constitution, a governor is required to follow the advice of his ministry in all matters. Hence, the powers that have been vested with the Council of Ministries and the Legislative Assembly is the final authority. Whomsoever it may be and whatsoever may be, whether it is a ruling party or it is an opposition party, it must abide by the Constitution of India as per the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. Finally, the Constitutional Court, the affidavit filed by the Government of India is against the constitutional morality, constitutional ethos, and it has been well settled that the governor's powers and the president's power are within the framework of the constitution, or merely they are heads of the state. No more powers have been vested with the either the president or the governors of state. all the powers vested with the respective legislative assemblies, but this government, the BJP government, is trying to destroy the parliamentary form of democracy and also the federalistic structure of the country, and wants to maintain that the governors and the president ought to not pass on the bills passed by the opposition parties. This is nothing but the government of India is leading towards the presidential form of government rather than the parliamentary form of government. This is the message of this video. Thank you so much.